What's going on, Slay Baes? It's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. I know I look very strange. I only have my eye makeup done, no foundation, and that is simply because today I am going to be doing a foundation and concealer wear test on the brand new Juvia's Place concealer and foundations. I have the foundations right over here. I did pick up 2 shades of each just because I was so unsure as to which shade I was going to be when shopping online. It's so difficult to kind of pinpoint foundation and concealer shades online. So I did my best. Let's hope one of the 2 match me in today's video. If you guys are interested in seeing more of a wear test demo review, all of that, then make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, let's go ahead and zoom right into all my pores and see what this foundation and concealer is all about. So I did zoom you in just so that we could see all of my pores and all of my blemishes before I just cover my face up with foundation. Y'all already know how we do it here on this channel. I do kind of want to jump into some specs as it relates to the foundation. Now this is the product right here. This is the brand new Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. Let me just say I'm very excited about this foundation. It retails for $20 and she came out with a total of 42 foundation shades, which is just incredible. On the website, it does tell you the shade name, the number, and also the different undertones that they offer for the foundations, which I found to be very, very helpful when shopping online on the website. Now, this is what the overall packaging looks like. It is more of like a squeeze out tube, which I'm not too mad at. I got 2 shades. So I have 620 FES, 620 FES, excuse me if I'm butchering that, I do apologize. And then I also have 630 Capri. So I will be swatching both of these on my face just so that way we can kind of get a feel for the colors I picked out and if they're a relatively close match. Like, let's hope and pray that they're a close match for me. So the shade right here is called Fess, which is for light skin tones with neutral warm undertones. Then right next to it, I have the shade right here called Capri, which is also for light skin tones with neutral warm undertones, which is so crazy because they kind of look completely different. If you ask me, I feel like Capri looks a little bit more golden, whereas Fess looks a little bit more neutral. But I'm going to swatch them both on my face. I'm going to start off with the shade called Fess. Wow, I will definitely say that is a very full coverage swatch on my face. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Again, this is the shade called Fess. On the other side, I'm going to pick up a little bit of the shade called Capri. When I say a little bit, I definitely mean a little bit because you guys see how pigmented this swatch is. Like, that is crazy. So just by these swatches alone, I will definitely say I'm kind of leaning more towards the shade called Capri, which is 630 Capri, closest to my mouth right here, just because I feel like this one is just a tad bit too dark for me. I feel like if I am a little bit more tan and bronzy during the summer months, this may be a better match, but for now, I think I'm gonna go with the lightest shade closest to my mouth. Now, I'm just gonna wipe this off because I haven't primed the skin yet, and I definitely want to prime the skin to help with the overall longevity of the foundation. Now, I know some people are kind of iffy about putting on primers when doing foundation reviews, but honestly, I would never wear a foundation without a primer. So I am going to prime my skin, and I definitely recommend that you guys prime your skin as well. Since this is more of a velvety matte foundation, I'm going to go in with this primer right here. This is the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. I've been using this a lot simply because I did pick it up during the Sephora VIB sale. And obviously, if I buy something with my own money, I'm definitely going to want to use it up on my channel. This definitely gives my skin more of like brightening properties, which I really, really like. Now I'm going to take the additional step in double prime, but you guys can just use one primer. You can do whatever it is that you want. This is kind of my regimen. This is what I like to do no matter what foundation I use, drugstore, high-end, prestige, luxury, whatever you want to call it. I always make sure to double prime because I do struggle with a little bit of texture up in this area. So I'm going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I'm really trying to use up like my high-end makeup just so that way it doesn't go bad, but this literally is a spot-on dupe for the e.l.f. Poreless Putty putty primer. So if you guys have that at home, it is very, very dupeable to this product right here. So I'm going to take a brush like this. This is just a Pro Foundation number 47 by Sephora collection. And I'm going to pick up some of that primer and I'm just going to pop it right in this area. Now I do like to apply this primer with a brush just because I feel like I can really get it into the skin. It's also more of a thick primer, so I feel like I have more control when I apply it with a brush. Now I'm going to go in with my color corrector. I'm going to use this one right here by Pixi. You guys, I love this color corrector by Pixi. It is more of like a color correcting concentrate in the shade Brightening Peach. As you can see, it's not orange, it's not too pink. It's literally the perfect shade to really cancel out any discoloration like blues and purples, especially underneath the eyes. I also struggle with like darkness right around my mouth, so I also like to place it there and also on my upper lip if you guys are new here and you guys didn't know. But if you're not new, I'm sure you're really tired of me repeating myself. We're nice, we're color corrected, we're ready to roll, we're ready to go. I am gonna go in with the shade 630 Capri, which is surprising to me because I would think that the higher the number, the darker the shade, but in this case, the higher the number, the lighter the shade, which is why I am opting for the shade Capri. I definitely feel like this one leans a little bit more golden, especially like on myself. I don't know, I just feel like this is gonna be the better match for me. I will be blending it out with this sponge right here. This is actually an e.l.f. sponge, you guys. It is so good. It's a one with like all the pores. As you can see, there are a lot of holes in it. It blends out my foundation like a dream. I love it. So I'm actually going to just dip my sponge into the foundation on my mixing palette and I'm gonna go to town. I'm gonna start in the center of my face and I'm gonna work my way outwards just so that way I don't get like that horrid foundation line. Oh shit. Do you guys see that? Yes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of that foundation and apply it to my forehead. Okay, so let me just say the overall coverage of this foundation is unreal. It's out of this world. Do you guys see my skin right now? It's not like overly matte. It's definitely not like a super matte foundation where you feel like your skin can't breathe. It definitely is exactly what it says on the box, a velvet matte foundation. I feel like it's breathable, it's movable, like it looks insanely gorgeous on my skin. You guys saw my skin before I put on the foundation. I definitely struggle with redness, hyperpigmentation, blemishes, scarring, acne, all of that stuff, and it covered everything up, even my sunspots, which I'm just like blown away by. We see you, Juvia's Place. We see you. So far, things are looking really good. I do kind of want to read this right here on the packaging. It says, I am magic, radiant, long-lasting, creamy, and comfortable. It says, our Second Skin Creamy Foundation offers a smooth application with a soft, natural, and soft matte finish to give a flawless coverage. A great formula to even out the complexion, refine the skin texture, and erase blemishes, maintaining the initial finish throughout the day. Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and oily skin. What I love most about it is that you could build it up to your desired intensity, if you will. So if you want very sheer coverage, sheer, and I throw that word around very loosely because I don't feel like this is a sheer foundation at all, but I like that you can kind of build it up. You could apply a little bit and cover up all of your blemishes without it looking like too much, if you get me. So I'm going to set this aside and we're gonna move on to the concealers. I did pick up two shades, 20 and 22. I will definitely say it was very, very difficult for me to go onto the website and figure out which color to get because I had no idea if the lower I went, the lighter the shade, or the higher I went, the darker the shade. So I have shade 20 right here, which looks like it will be a fairly decent match for me. And then I also picked up 22. And if it's anything like the shade range in the foundation, then 22 is going to be extremely light. As you can see, this is 20 and this is 22. I feel like this is going to be way too light. So I'm going to go in with shade 20 underneath my eye. And ooh, definitely reminds me of like the Shape Tape applicator. I feel like everybody has jumped on the Shape Tape big applicator bandwagon, if you will, which I'm honestly not even mad at because I love Shape Tape. So I'm going to just take a little bit of this, about that much, just because I'm genuinely interested in seeing how this blends and buffs out underneath the eyes. I'm going to use that same e.l.f. sponge and I'm just going to pat. Ooh, I like that. I will definitely say that I personally feel like Juvia's Place really hit it out of the park. Do you guys see my under eye area? Like, it is so beautiful. It blended out very, very nicely. Do I feel like it's like super, super full coverage? No, I definitely feel like this concealer is medium coverage. By the way, the shade 20 definitely added some brightness underneath the eyes, nothing too crazy. Like I said, if I would have went in with 20, it would have just been stark white, and that's definitely not the vibe I'm going for. I'm gonna take a little bit more concealer and just pop it down the center of my face to just bring some lightness in that area. Let me just say, my face looks flawless, like so flawless. Like, what is life? I am gonna set this down. I will be using my Collab powder. You guys know how much I love this powder. I am almost out of mine. I definitely need to take out the sifter because I'm getting down to the very, very bottom of this. You can find it at Sally beauty stores in case you guys were interested in where you could pick up Collab. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and just kind of pounce it directly underneath to just set that concealer down and in place. Ooh, and it's setting like really nice. Okay, so now that I have my foundation set down with a little bit of that Collab loose powder, I'm gonna switch to using a compact press powder. This one is by Marc Jacobs. This is their brand new Accomplice powder. If you guys have not tried this, I highly suggest that you pick it up because it is so good. It's so finely milled, it goes on like butter. I also love the finish it gives my skin. It definitely gives me more of a luminous feel without making me look greasy or anything like that. And I know you guys are probably like, why would you put that on with this foundation? But it's not going to give my skin like a super dewy look. It's really just giving me more of a natural powdered down effect. Like, I'm setting down my makeup, but it's not gonna look dry, crusty, cakey, flaky, or anything like that. And that's why I've really been loving this powder. So what I'm gonna do now at this point, I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face off camera. Definitely follow me over on Instagram, IGTV. I will be uploading the rest of this kind of makeup too over on there in case you guys are interested in any of the other products I use on my face. So I'm gonna do that and then I will be right back. Alright, Slay Baes, this right here is the final and completed look. I did finish the rest of my face off camera. I will have it over on my Instagram TV. So follow me over on the gram if you guys aren't already. I went ahead and just added a little pop of yellow in the very inner corner. Do y'all see what I did there? I tried to go off what I was wearing and I am definitely feeling the vibe. I do want to touch on the foundation. It is very, very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy, greasy, sticky, or anything like that. And since it is more of a matte foundation, I will definitely say that it doesn't feel mask-like. Sometimes I feel like whenever I gravitate more towards a matte foundation, it feels like my skin is suffocating. I honestly don't even feel the foundation on my face, which is definitely a positive thing. But before I get ahead of myself, I do want to wear this for a period of time and then I'll come back towards the end of the night and let you guys know how it held up. So I will talk to you guys in a few hours. Alright, Slay Bae, so it's finally the end of the night, and as you can see, I'm pretty much over my hair and makeup at this point. Like, my lips, they're non-existent. Like, my lip color is completely gone. But I will say I'm very impressed with the overall longevity of this foundation. I don't feel overly oily. I also don't feel overly matte. I feel like I fall right in the middle, which does force me to believe that this foundation will be really, really great for all skin types, whether you are normal, oily, combo, or dry. So definitely check out this foundation. I'm very impressed with the fact that it didn't break up in any area of my face. Now, normally when I'm reviewing foundations, the first place to go is like my T-zone, right around my nose and my mouth. None of those areas on my face broke up today, which is just so impressive to me. Like, I definitely recommend that you guys check out this foundation. I feel like 42 shades for foundation is like amazing. Juvia's Place really hit it out of the park. It is very, very full coverage, but it's buildable. So if you don't want like full on coverage, like mask-like coverage, definitely tone it down. A little bit of this foundation does go a very, very long way. Let's go ahead and talk about the concealer. I will say it did not crease or anything like that underneath the eyes. Do I feel like it's the most like full coverage concealer? No. I don't. I feel like there are concealers out there that are way more full coverage than this concealer, but honestly, it's a coverage that I can tolerate. Like, I feel like it looks insanely beautiful underneath the eyes, blended out and set with a little bit of powder. As you can see, it doesn't look overly dry, crepey, crusty, or anything like that. Like, it looks seamless. Like, it blends so beautifully into the foundation. It's almost unreal. Like, I definitely have to give props to Juvia's Place because she did her thing with these face products, and I honestly can't wait to see what else they come out with. So I will have everything listed down below. Excuse me, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, honey. Like I said, I will have everything listed down below in the description. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave them down below in the comments, and I will be responding to each and every single one of you. Subscribe, all that jazz, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.